So next up we've got men's singles. Kevin Cordon of Guatemala against Henri Hurskainen of Sweden. Well, of course, if you were with us on the opening day, we will have seen this young man from Guatemala cause a huge upset against the number 5 seed Chen Long of China. What a marathon match it was. 3 games, an hour and 13 minutes. He had to save 3 match points before coming through 27-25 in the decider. Well, this second round encounter is a battle of the left-handers. And the big question, having caused such an upset and emotionally have been on such a high, as to whether he can keep that run going. Because certainly prior to the championships, he will have looked at the first round encounter, and of course he will have believed that he could win, but having achieved that, whether he actually gave much thought to a second round opponent, I'm not sure. Well, he's certainly had a day off to think about it. 36 in the world rankings, 24-8 for his win-loss record for the year, and that's a couple of finals in that, including a win at the Peru International. Beaten finalist in Slovenia. A couple of semi-finals as well, but I'm sure the match he'll always remember was the match on Monday against Chen Long. So, as for his opponents, 24 years of age as well, so he'll turn 25 next month on the 13th of September. 46 in the world ranking, win-loss record for the year, 12-8. So, positive win-loss record. Last year achieved the final in the Norwegian International when unseeded, lost out to a Danish player, Hans Christian Vittinghus, the number 1 seed. Now his first round, he had to play against England's Carl Baxter and disposed of him in double quick time, 21-8, 21-19. It was an impressive performance. Now these two players have played each other once previously, back in 2007 at the Hungarian International, and it was Hurskainen who won on that occasion in 3 games, but whether we can really read too much into a result from 4 years ago, I'm not sure. Grace Chia from Singapore, she's been a busy lady all week, hasn't she, in the umpire's chair or service judge, and Thanu Karapat from Thailand is the service judge. So, court officials, both female, for a men's singles encounter. That's good to see. I'm not sure we can read too much into the previous result in 2007.
Definitely not. It's far too long ago. So many things have happened since, and it's a new day, it's a new game, everything is new. And it will be very difficult to predict who's winning.
Yeah, well, there you can see what a marathon match it was in the previous time that they have met.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Henri Hurskainen, Sweden. And on my left, Kevin Cordon, Guatemala. Kevin Cordon serve. The ball, play.
So Kevin Cordon from Guatemala getting this second round encounter underway.
1 love.
Do you think there will be a bit of a emotional reaction after that stunning first round performance from Cordon, or do you think the fact that he's had a day off from competition has actually been a jolly good thing for Cordon to have a day to think about it and get his mind together in preparation for the second round encounter?
It can go either way. It's such a difficult question you're asking here. So impolite. I think it can go either way. I was so impressed on Monday, and I think he will continue. He looks like the kind of player that, you know, I go in there, I play my game, I do whatever I can on the day, and you know, he's really good. And I spoke to the Danish national coach Lars Ure, and he said, I think the Chinese really got caught by surprise because they never thought he could play so well.
Yeah.
But you know, if Cordon can keep up what he did on Monday, I think he's standing a very good chance of winning. I had one of my young players playing against Hurskainen just a few months ago, and my player's only 19, but he still managed to beat her. So you know, just based on that, I still believe that Cordon is standing a very good chance of winning this match.
Yes, of course, Hurskainen had a very good result in America at the US Open. Second round, beat the player who was the defending champion, Rajiv Usif, the English #1 player. So there's no doubting the fact that he can have the occasional big result, as though he hasn't really translated that through into many tournament titles.
But again, knowing a little bit of the Swedish system, you know, he hasn't got that much support. The association is definitely not one of the richest in the world, and they cannot afford to spend too much money on sending players abroad and all that. And in terms of his training situation, obviously do not have a lot of players to practice against. So he's very much left on his own.
Well, you say that one of your junior players played against him. You know, obviously you've studied his strengths and his weaknesses. Just tell us a little bit about those qualities and those frailties.
I think, you know, my player really managed to do well at the front court, at the net with him. Plus, my player was attacking him quite a lot, and you know, possibly taking the biggest weapon away from him, because he's got a fairly good smash and likes to follow in, but he was never really allowed to do so.
Going wide.
It was an okay smash, but it was not supposed to be a winner. It was a winner, but it was not supposed to be one, I think. And it just shows a little bit of what I was trying to say before. Maybe if you have to look at it, that Hurskainen's weakness is probably his defense.
Yeah. It's a little bit casual there from Kevin Cordon.
5-9.
Oh, well reached.
Yeah.
But to no avail in the end.
7-9.
But you know, I'm looking at it from a coach point of view, you know, and you know me.
Yeah.
And I think that Cordon is not really up in gear.
No.
As what we saw the other day. I think I'm not saying he's taking it easy, but maybe he's, as you say, he's been thinking a little bit too much about where he is and what the chances are and what he can achieve by what he did on Monday. But I think he's definitely not up there what he played on Monday so far.
No, I make comment about a casual net shot where he took very low and almost seemed to try and do a trick shot, which, quite frankly, when you've got a good chance now in the World Championships to really progress, didn't really seem to me the right sort of intensity that he should be approaching the match. But it's early stages.
Yes, absolutely.
He's got a 4-point lead at the mid-game interval, and you know, maybe it's his way of dealing with the expectation that obviously now he's under.
And his coach, Pedro Yang, is a very well-known person in Denmark. I think he's been living in Denmark for the past 10 or 12 years in improving his badminton, and I actually think he's not playing on the international scene anymore. I'm not sure.
Ner, passa dig då, lyft ner genom hela vägen. Samma sak där, du har en bit kvar på basen. Bra på nät, spelar du tight, vakta lite då.
The Swedish coach.
Jonas Hergård.
Yeah, I remember him as a player.
Yeah, he was a player. I used to play him. He was the best Swedish player at the time. I think I got more hair than him.
11-7.
I think you probably still beat him as well, Morten, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think my legs are still stronger than his. Yeah. Maybe I should play some veteran. Who knows?
Service over.
You and me mixed doubles then, Morten.
What a pair. As long as you can serve, I'm happy. Not my strongest suit. See, that's more like it.
Yeah.
That's more like it. Faster legs.
12.
Yeah, when we talk in badminton about playing a faster game, it gives the wrong impression, because it's not always about hitting a faster shot. It's about faster movement, getting to the shuttle.
Getting there and getting there early.
Yeah. Oh, fault called. Deemed to have struck the shuttle before it crossed over the net.
12.
But he had two good calls when he played Chen Long the other day, so I'm sure he will accept this.
Oh, I'm not so sure on that one. What do you think?
Close.
Yeah.
Service over.
Yeah, suddenly showing a little more urgency in his style of play. .248.
Yeah, the badminton is very much a game of where you've got to have really explosive legs, very, very fast legs, a steady and relaxed arm, and a cool brain, and all three have to work at the same time when you play your shots and how you move around. And that's how and why the game is so difficult to play.
14-9. Service over. 10-14.
Yet to really ignite this singles encounter.
Yes.
I think probably the fact that both players realise this is
way in.
such a chance
11.
to progress
14.
really well in these World Championships.
I'm not saying it will secure a place in the Olympics, but it will count really well towards the ranking.
Yeah.
Service over. 15-11.
So the winner of this encounter will meet either Fabian or Schwiebler. Schwiebler, of course, is the favourite. He's the 14 seed.
And that is still a really big chance for these two players to play Schwiebler. You know,
Absolutely.
it's one of their so-called own players. Play the same style, the same pace, everything.
11.
Fair chance.
Yeah, no, that's probably what's playing on their minds and perhaps prohibiting them from really playing freely at the moment.
Service over. 12-16.
Well, he may have made an error at the end there, but really at the moment, all the rallies, all the initiative is being taken by Kevin Cordon. Would you like to see the Swede being a little more proactive and in the rallies?
Yeah. He's sort of reacting to what's thrown against him rather than taking initiative himself.
Yeah.
Service over. 17-13.
Good judgment.
18-13.
That's good play at the net there. Really good play. That forehand shot at the net was very difficult to control.
13.
It's coming next. This one here.
Why so difficult, Morten? Because the angle it was coming across court.
Exactly. The angle makes it so difficult.
Yeah, it's a nice angle too.
20. Game point 13.
Yeah, this is the one slices across the feathers of the shuttle, bringing it down cross court and bringing it down steeply. And that good attacking shot has brought up 7 game points. Missed on that.
That's
where, you know, on Monday he was really sharp from that corner. Yeah, I still remember, you know, 1 minute, 2 minutes into the match, he had 2 really good smashes cross court from there. And I was very cheeky saying now he's just got to keep that up for the next hour or so. But he did it. But in this match, he hasn't really done one of those.
He's just not playing with the same intensity, is he?
16-20.
Nope.
Missed it.
No, survive 4.
17-20.
It's good they can't see us.
That's wide.
It's wide. It is wide. No doubt.
18-20.
Game points have come and gone. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Morton. No question that was wide. 6 game points have come and gone. Just 1 more remains.
20.
Almost hit the other court.
19-20.
Crunch time.
Yeah. This time he converts on his 7th opportunity.
21-19.
21-19. Yeah, relief for the coach, Pedro Yang. "16 minutes of play."
No remate, pero o el slice rápido. Cuando vos le das un tiro rápido para abajo, jalando para adelante, es lo que estamos parando.
Eller någonting som kostar mycket kraft. Men framförallt att du jobbar med honom så att han får röra sig och försöker att sätta upp tempot lite själv. Så att röra till bollen, jobba hela tiden, högt tempo, få lite dueller. Det känns som att han offensiv inte kommer hålla i så fall, för då kommer han inte orka upp till bollen. Har du läge på nätet då kan jobba med det, men mer rör honom, höj tempot lite grann, låt han jobba för varje poäng han får då. Och bra är på slutet nu. Du får ändå 4-5 bollar med honom. Finn där på nät bara, men jag tycker det är rätt att du stoppar det. Bra läge.
Cuando se está rematando esto, todo te lo está poniendo en la recta. Entonces cuando va duro, jalate para el lugar donde vos le remataste porque no te la puedes cruzar. Va recto, donde remates duro, jalate para el esquina.
Hot 1. 20 seconds.
Did you manage to catch any of that, Morton?
Not the Guatemalan side, but the Swedish side, yes. I think Jonas is the coach is very much along the same lines of what we are. Who's going to have to really, work harder, more pace, and be more aggressive as well. And he was quite happy with the end of the second set. As he said, I know that we got a few easy points, but still, this is much more like it than in the beginning. So we are on the same kind of understanding here.
Play.
Having taken that opening game, 21-19, the star of day 1 of these championships, Kevin Cordon. Well, he'll have been mightily relieved to have secured that last point to take game number 1, but that's perhaps just shaken his confidence a little bit. That was, in all honesty, a little bit sloppy at the end of that game.
Yes. That's what I always tell my players, and myself inclusive, when I used to play, that you might be way down in the first set and all that, but try to get the train going. Get there, get some confidence, and try to shake the other one. And then can you score 2, 3, 5, 6 easy points, and still make a respectable score out of it? You can maybe dent the self-confidence as well.
Service over.
What about, I mean, we've already talked about the the mental difficulties after you've been on such a high, when you've achieved such an outstanding result, and getting yourself back up again for the next match. What about the physicality of that opening round match? Because an hour and 13 minutes, and it was high tempo, high intensity for all of those hour and 13 minutes, whereas Hurskainen only 35 minutes for his first round encounter. Do you think that physically there's a reaction? They've had a day off after all.
He had a day off. He should be ashamed if it was a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just wondered, you know, looking at him in the opening game, because he didn't seem to be leaping in the air in the same way to take the shuttle early, whether that really was a mental thing, that he just wasn't up for it in the same way, or whether there was some physical thing.
I think it's right between the ears.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, good play. Really good play.
Service over. 2-4.
Must have been a good net shot, because Hurskainen absolutely ready to pounce.
Yeah, he was waiting for it. He was staying. Look at that. He was so close to the net. But that's good men's singles. You know, that's very often where games are won and lost. Is this, you know, are you prepared to play the net even when the opponent is standing there? That's nice.
4-all.
Very good ankle. Very hard to control, and it's right on the line.
It certainly was perfection. Run of 4 straight points for Kevin Cordon, go back into the lead. Oh, that's lazy, isn't it, Morgan?
Yes, yes.
Should have played the round the head shot there rather than the backhand.
Absolutely, it's a massive chance. Massive chance. That is short, it's slow, it's everything. That's nice.
7-4.
So how much is that? 4 or 5 in a row for Cordon?
No, it's 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
Yep, he was 1-4 down.
1-4.
Service over. 5-7.
That time forced to play the high backhand.
Yeah, backhand today should only be an emergency shot.
Yes.
That's also laziness, and he's getting punished for that.
7-all. Service over. 8-7.
Yeah. That was better.
9-7.
Big jump from the base position. Yeah, nicely done. Again, the cross-court smash from deep in his forehand corner brings reward for Kevin Cordon. And indeed, at the mid-game interval, exactly the same scoreline as we had in the opening game. Point advantage. This man from Guatemala. It seems to me, Morton, watching Hurskainen, that he seems to have talent, but he doesn't seem to take his opportunities. Several times in rallies, I've sort of thought, you know, here's the opportunity to really put your pressure on your opponent.
Yep.
And he's either made a mistake or he puts in...
choose wrongly.
Yeah, he chooses the wrong shot. The choice of shot needs to be improved.
I agree, and that's also when I was coaching against him with my young player. I got out of that one. We did not get punished.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's I totally agree. And I also think, you know, when you look at Cordon's play, first time I saw him play the other day, you know, if ever you were going to guess where he was going to play, always, you know, go cross court. A lot of his smashes and attacks and everything's coming cross court. He plays the odd one, straight one now and again, but, you know, if you want to guess, go cross.
Yeah.
Service over. 8-11. Service over. 12-8. Service over. 9-12.
So it's definitely time for the Swedish player to catch up and make an impact on this game. It's got to be now.
Goodness me, that was close.
Watch for cross. Oh, good.
Service over.
But that's really good of Cordon, I think. So many times he's going for these crosses, and as I said, now and again he's mixing up the straight ones, and here's the straight one coming. Well played.
that's the sort of shot that, you know, from a coaching perspective, probably frustrates you a little, does it, Morten?
Yeah, he's in perfect balance, got all options to play, and not only does he make a mistake on it, it's soft. Yeah. It's not sharp. It's almost what I call a no shot. It's nothing.
Yeah.
15-10.
It was the cross. He certainly likes that cross smash from deep in his forehand corner, doesn't he?
Yes. Should we guess? Go cross. That's nice. Good net play.
Service over. 11.
Well, it
15.
really is time now for the Swede to start making inroads here to at least close the gap. Otherwise, it's all going to be too late for him. Good aggression at the net, though, from
Service
Cordon.
over. 16-11.
I think he chooses his moments really well at the net. Sometimes he really is making good variation. Sometimes he goes back, sometimes forwards. I think he's making good choices.
Yeah, so too the Hurskainen on that occasion.
12-16.
I have to say it was the choice of coming forward on the net that really was the decisive factor right at the end of the third game with Kevin Cordon against Henri.
13-16. Service over. 14-17. Service over.
Yeah, that's the sort of shot
18,
that you sort of feel.
14.
It doesn't have to be that tight. You've just got to bring your opponent forward because he's been deep in court. Make him run the full diagonal.
I agree. But I think now Cordon has played his way back into the tournament, so to speak. Sounds a bit crazy, but you know, winning the first match, that's what he did on Monday in this fantastic, magnificent match. And I think it's been tough on him mentally to get back into the tournament and play as well as what he did on Monday. And here he's played, I would say, a normal match, and he's sort of back into the tournament, ready to rock and roll next round, should everything go according to plan for him.
Yeah.
Now he wants to win easy again.
16-18.
You have to work for it.
That's much better, much better. And it's well placed and the body.
So narrowed the gap to just 1 point.
Service over. 19-17.
So just 2 points away, Kevin Cordon from in the second round. It's a good net shot. Force the short lift. And once again, as you have rightly pointed out, the winning smash going across court from Kevin Cordon. This time to great effect. And it means that the man from Guatemala has 3 match points. Oh my goodness. Eventually, despite the trick shot from Hurskainen, roundabout shot that kept him in the rally for just a moment longer, there it was. It wasn't even short. He had made contact with the shuttle.
21-19, 21-17.
21-19, 21-17, confirms Grace Chia of Singapore, the umpire. 37 minutes for that victory. And Kevin Cordon's World Championship campaign continues. So safely through to the third round.
It never really looked at risk.
No.
Somehow.
Did just enough. Didn't find the sort of form that he sought on day one when he disposed of Chen Long, that number 5 seed. And as we were talking about, he awaits to find out who his opponent will be. Pablo Avion of Spain or Mark Schwiebler of Germany, the left-handed number 14 seed.